Right now, America is staring down a double crisis. A new war is escalating at a terrifying speed overseas, and at the exact same time, our own political system is cracking under a level of strain we have never seen before. We are right now on the brink. Something just happened for the very first time in history, a type of aerial combat that has just changed the game for modern warfare, and it went down just hours ago in the skies over Iran. And there it is, the official word from the Israel Defense Forces. One of their F-35 stealth fighters just shot down an Iranian jet. Now, this is a huge deal. Why? Because it's the first ever confirmed air-to-air kill by an F-35 fighter, one of the most advanced and, frankly, most expensive weapons ever built. So what does this first ever dogfight really mean? Well, it means a dangerous new front has just been opened in the Middle East. This signals a dramatic new phase in the widening conflict between the U.S., Israel, and Iran. And believe me, this situation is escalating by the hour. I mean, just look at this matchup. It tells you everything you need to know. On one side, you have the F-35, a cutting-edge, fifth-generation stealth fighter. On the other, the Yak-130. It's a capable jet, sure, but it's basically a trainer. This wasn't a dogfight. It was a technological statement, a message of absolute air superiority. And to understand just how fast this is all spiraling, you have to look at the timeline. It's dizzying. It all kicked off on Saturday with massive U.S. and Israeli strikes. By Monday, Iran hits back by blockading the Strait of Hormuz, a vital choke point for the entire world's oil supply. And then by Wednesday, we get this historic dogfight. We're talking about a massive escalation in just a matter of days. And now, this has hit home. For the first time in this conflict, it's been confirmed that 3 American service members have been killed in retaliatory strikes by Iran. This is no longer some distant conflict on the news. It has now cost American lives. But as this massive crisis explodes overseas, at the exact same time, something just as chaotic is unfolding right here at home. At the very moment America needs to project strength abroad, its own political system seems to be completely coming apart at the seams. Just listen to this. This is the head of the California Democratic Party, and he is publicly, openly begging candidates from his own party to quit the governor's race. You just don't see this. It's a message that practically screams panic and desperation. So why are they panicking? What is going on? Well, it all comes down to this really unique system California has called a jungle primary. Basically, everybody gets thrown onto one ballot. Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. But here's the catch. Only the top 2 people with the most votes move on to the final election in November. Here's the nightmare scenario they're looking at. You've got 9 Democrats running for governor. The fear is they'll all split the Democratic vote into tiny little slivers. And if that happens, it's entirely possible that the top 2 vote-getters could both be Republicans, completely locking the Democrats out of the governor's race in one of the most liberal states in America. And the stakes are even higher than that. If there's no Democrat at the top of the ticket, their voters might just stay home, which could cost them crucial seats in the U.S. House of Representatives. And it's not just California, folks. Over in Texas, primary night just delivered its own political earthquake, this time shaking the Republican Party to its core. Look at these results. John Cornyn, a longtime incumbent senator, a pillar of the Republican establishment, he couldn't even win his own primary. He's been forced into a runoff against Ken Paxton, the state's controversial MAGA-aligned attorney general. This is a massive sign of just how deep the civil war inside the GOP really is. But then, the night took a really bizarre turn. As these shocking results are rolling in, police get called to Ken Paxton's election party. They find a guy nearby in a mask and full camo gear, driving a car with no license plates. And when they look inside the car, they find a huge amount of ammunition. Now, police later said the guy worked for a delivery service, but the whole incident just added this layer of strangeness and tension to an already explosive night. Okay, so we've got a war heating up in the Middle East. We've got political chaos in California and Texas. You're probably thinking, all right, so what? What does any of this have to do with me? Well, the answer is everything. And it's about to hit you right where it hurts, your wallet. Let's talk about this little strip of water right here. This is the Strait of Hormuz, the one Iran just blockaded. Just look at these numbers. Nearly a third of all the world's oil that travels by sea goes through here. 20% of all liquefied natural gas. It is a critical artery for the entire global economy. And right now, Iran has just clammed it shut. So you can see where this is going, right? It's a straight line, a direct and painful chain reaction for all of us. The war gets worse, the strait gets shut down, the world's oil supply gets squeezed, and the price you and I pay for gas is going to go through the roof. It's not a question of if, it's a question of how high. And here's the bottom line. Analysts are already warning that we're about to see a big jump in gas prices all across the country. Every single move in this conflict, every single ship that can't get through that strait is going to be felt every time you go to fill up your tank. And what's so wild about all this is that it's happening when most Americans aren't even on board. According to polls, only 1 in 4 people in the U.S. actually support this war. As Congressman Ro Khanna puts it, most Americans want Washington focused on things here at home, jobs, healthcare, schools, you name it, not another war in the Middle East. So here's where we are. You have America being tested from the outside and the inside, all at once. Our strength on the world stage is being challenged by a dangerous new war, while at the very same time, the stability of our own democracy is facing these huge, profound questions from within. So that's the real question I want to leave you with. When you look at everything, the rising threats abroad, and the deep, deep divisions we're seeing here at home, what do you think is the single biggest challenge America needs to solve right now? The war overseas or the chaos right here at home?